Okay, now we have midpoint with multi-step equations. Now the same thing is true, right? That if R is the midpoint of QS, that this segment is congruent to this segment, and that each segment is half of the whole thing, right? The whole thing is twice as long as each of these. So let's start by labeling, right? We always label our diagram first. So if QR equals 2x, so here's QR, I'm going to label it 2x. And RS, that's this segment, equals x plus 3. Okay, and we're trying to find out what is QS, right? So let's write this, set ourselves up. What is QS, right? That's the whole thing. Well, first I need to figure out what x is. And how can I figure this out? Well, I know that this segment will equal this segment. So I'm going to write 2x equals x plus 3. These two segments must be equal. So now I'm going to solve this equation. I notice I have x's on both sides, right? This is a 1x. I'm going to subtract 1x to get all the x's on one side. 2x minus 1x is just 1x, which I'm going to write as x. X equals 3. Okay, so I now know my x equals 3, but I'm not looking for x, I'm looking for QS. So QS is this whole thing. Well, let's start by plugging in x into what we know. This is x equals 3. 2 times x, right? That's 2 times 3. So this equals 6. And look, this should be the same, right? We know that these two segments are the same, so if I've done everything right, these two are the same. So this is x plus 3, so that's 3 plus 3. Oh, this is also 6. So this length is 6, and this length is 6. And I'm being asked for this whole length, so that's 6 plus 6, right? Or 6 times 2, which is 12. Let's look at this one. U is the midpoint of TV. Now look here, notice I'm given TU is 3x. I'm given this half, and then I'm also given the length of the whole thing. So this is a little bit different information than I'm given here. But let's do this. Let's say, okay, I know TU is congruent to UV. I know that they're the same length. How do I know that? Because U is the midpoint, so I know that it divides it into two congruent equal parts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 3x, look, and I'm going to say, oh, this is 3x too. And then I know that this, look, this is just part plus part equals whole, right? 3x plus 3x will equal 4x plus 10. So I'm going to write 3x plus 3x, right? Part plus part equals, and I happen to know these parts are the same because this is a midpoint, equals the whole thing. Okay, so now let's solve. I'm going to first combine like terms. And then I realize, oh, there's x's on both sides. Let me get the x's over to this side. And then I want to get x by itself, so I'm going to divide by 2. I get x equals 5. Okay, now I'm not quite done yet because I'm still looking for TU. So let's go ahead and plug in, right? This is 3 times x. Well, x is 5, so 3 times x is 15. And let's just check our work by making sure everything kind of works out here, right? This is also 15. And this, look, if I plug in 5 here, that would be 4 times 5 plus 10. That would be 20 plus 10. That would be 30. So does that work out? If this is 15 and this is 15 and this is 30, does that work? Yeah, that makes sense, right? Okay, so what am I being asked for? I'm being asked for TU. So TU is this, and that one equals 15.